Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go on a trip to Asheville, North Carolina, and a record store that I visited while I was there. Anyone that watches my other channel knows that I was in Asheville earlier this year, and when I go to another town, it used to be I used to always hit the record stores, right? I'd buy everything that I was looking for, regardless of what it was. If it was on my list, or if it was something I wanted in my collection or something new, I would grab it up. Now, when I do that, I'm a little bit more discerning. I just don't buy things that are on my list. I try to find, I'm fascinated with finding local indie music. I start, when I go to a record store that has a large selection, of not only just everything, but also has a really large local music section for the local stuff. I'll talk to the owner of the store and try to get some recommendations. I always start with goth, dark, death rock, then synthy, and then on to indie. So that's what I convey to the music shop owner, and hopefully they will point me in a direction of some releases that I might like that are local artists that I'm never possibly going to see in my area in North Carolina or in New Orleans, right? So there's going to be stuff that's only in the local market there, and so I use that opportunity to go find some new stuff. So while we were there, I went to 2 different record stores. My son and we went music shopping, and my wife, she was out somewhere else. So I'm going to have 2 items that she got me. I thought she got them at the Moog Museum, but now I'm questioning that because my son was with her at the Moog Museum. So I'm not sure where she got these 2 items, but we're going to start with those. So with that said, let's jump into my trip to Static Age Records in North Carolina, Asheville, North Carolina. Okay, so here's my cool bag from them, and I am wearing their shirt. Really cool shirt. My son and I both got the same shirt. I don't think we did that on purpose. Well, I know I didn't do it on purpose, and he says he didn't either. So, but let me start with the 2 items that I bought that I thought my wife got at the Moog Museum. I could be wrong. So these are still sealed, and I'm probably not going to open these up. It's a 12-inch, 2 12 inches from Boy Harsher, one for the single Come Closer, the other one for Tears. My feeling is that both of these were marketed for DJ use. This is very typical, plain either white or black jacket with a sticker. Usually DJs will put all of their markings on this. They'll put their name, style, and usually BPMs on it. So he had mentioned to my wife that he hadn't been able to sell these. So I don't know if there's maybe not a lot of clubs in Asheville that are spinning this kind of music. He also mentioned that he thought Boy Harsher was from that area, and I don't know really what their origins are before they were both in film school in Savannah, Georgia. So I don't know what their background is before that. That's really all I know about their history. Boy Harsher really blew up very quickly with their first album, or EP I should say, and they're highly collectible. Any of the original pressings have soared in value. They soar immediately. I have some feelings about that. Good for them for having such great success. The problem I have is everything is released in very limited quantities, and they're different color variants. If you want me to buy the same album over and over, and you're not Roz Williams, you need to offer me something unique or different about it other than color and that it's a limited quantity. So, like the albums that I have from Boy Harsher, I have some early pressings and I have some variants that I'm happy to have, but I've stopped. I'm not buying anything else from them unless it's a first issue release, because they just keep repressing and repressing and repressing, and I just don't see the benefit of that. I know it's probably a monetary thing where they can only press so much and they want to have, there's a demand. But yeah, when you only release 500 of something and it sells out in 2 or 3 days, I don't know, put the money back in and press a larger quantity, maybe. I don't know. That's just my personal feeling on that. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to keep buying the same album over and over unless there's a reason to. And just being a different color or a different limited quantity is not going to do it for me. Both of these are on black vinyl. There is a white sleeve, paper sleeve inside. Again, DJ jacket. Picture on the outside. And then the song information in the other. Let's see, Come Closer has, 4 mixes of the same song, and then Tears has 4 mixes as well. These were both pressed on from Nude Club, which is the label that releases Boy Harsher now. They were released in June 2019. There is another single that goes with this. I think it's a 7-inch that accompanies this, and it was released as a package deal. I don't remember what it was called. So that one sells for like around $55, and I think they might be on colored vinyl. And that was the original. These are, I think, second presses on black, and they were sold individually instead of as a group. Sorry if I'm sweating like, oh, you see birthday back there? Sorry if I'm sweating to death. I have the AC off again so that you guys can hear me. So again, those were bought at a different record store, and I thought it was the Moog Museum, but I may be wrong. So again, I was in Asheville, and I really wanted to find some local artists that I would like in the vein of, again, goth, death rock, indie, synth. That's what I really enjoy, and I would really love to find those, those at a local level. So again, I reached out to the owner of Static Age, and he pointed me in some direction. So this is what we picked out. Because honestly, my only knowledge of the Asheville record scene or music scene is Angel Olsen. I don't know, maybe Bonnie Prince Billy. I don't know if he's from that area. So for me, it's Angel Olsen. I love Angel Olsen. So I felt pretty good about, shopping the Asheville market for local music if she's any indication of what is in that scene. So I have, I have 3 records, I think, and 2 cassettes. Yeah. So these kind of go in order of, totally by accident, because I didn't know what to expect. But these kind of go in order of appreciation. So the first one up is a band called Secret Shame. And I've got some notes here. This was self-released in September 2019. I'm going to put the Bandcamp link in the video description. It's a local Asheville band. I know there was a band that the owner of the shop told me one of the members of works in the store. and I can't remember if this is the band or if it was the next one that we're going to look at. Regardless, I really love this album. This album, I am buying more of their discography because I'm so impressed with this. It's part death rock, part post-punk. The guitars have that death rock tinge to them. It, you know, kind of like a Rick Agnew sound, early Rick Agnew. Vocally, there's like a haunting, echoey quality, sort of like Monica Richards of Faith in the Muse. And then there's a post-punk quality similar to Anja Hugh of Exmal Deutschland. And it's not, the vocals aren't in between that. It's sort of, some tracks it's the haunting echo, sometimes it's like a seething post-punk, not seething, but driving vocal, like more Exmal Deutschland kind of sound. The production on this is amazing, and I would be surprised if the members of this band haven't worked together in other projects, or they're all like tenured musicians, because the production is amazing. The musicianship is so tight. This is almost perfection for me, this record. I got it for $20. Well worth it. Totally worth it. They have a brand new, well, not a brand new single. They do have a single that was released in 2020. So I hope the band is still recording. I really hope so. I know everything's been difficult during the pandemic. And I want to also say, one of their early items, they recorded in Black Mountain, I think. That's where I stayed when I visited Asheville. So if any of the members of Secret Shame are watching, I would really love a copy of that early EP. Just, you know, hit me up. If there's any out there, because there's definitely none for sale on Discogs. So what's in here? So we have the jacket. It's nice glossy. I do have some dings down here, which unfortunately are unavoidable. That's the front cover. Back cover. We got 7 tracks. 7. Nothing on the inside. Okay. We got a thick, nice thick white paper sleeve. Black vinyl. Very clean. We got like a logo on one side, our song titles on the other side. Let me see if there's anything in the dead wax. I see a production number. And that is all I see. No hidden messages that I can tell. Yeah, I just see the production number on each side. So again, I would definitely recommend this band to anyone that is fans of death rock, you know, goth rock, kind of, not really. Like, it's not, I wouldn't call it goth rock, more post-punk. So definitely, I love this album. Really, really great. I'm so happy I got this. It was a great recommendation from the owner. Next up, we have oh wait, there's more. I'm sorry. Look at me trying to like rush along. Oh, so it comes with a poster. How cool is that? That's awesome art. I wonder who the artist is. And then on the back side are the lyrics. It looks like from like a lyric journal. That is very cool. I'm very excited about that. The album's called Dark Synthetics, if I didn't already say that, and I apologize if I didn't. The sticker that's on the plastic sleeve, it says that this was the #1 album of 2019 for postpunk.com, which, wow. And then the #77 album of 2019 by Bandcamp Daily. And I am linking an article that was done by Bandcamp. They were like a featured artist by Bandcamp, so that's really awesome. That really shows, like, you know, that this band has got it together. Comes with a sticker, and I got a download card, so that's cool. I'll be checking that out because it says it's remixes, so that's awesome. All right, so that is Secret Shame, $20. Definitely hook yourself up if you're a fan of those genres of music, because this is really good. This is as good as anything I've heard. Actually better than a lot of things I've heard. Most things I've heard. So, all right, next up is a band called Systems. And it's an album called Ghost Medicine. And I was primarily drawn to this because of the cover. It's amazing silk screening. I'm not sure if this band is from Asheville. I know they're a North Carolina band. Again, I'm going to link their Bandcamp page in the description. This is released on Halloween 2021. Let's see. I have in my notes that I was drawn to it because of the screen printed cover. The owner of the shop told me that the music was heavy and experimental with a somewhat post-punk or post-rock vibe. So the cover, hearing post-rock, and the price of only $9, I was like, I would be kind of stupid not to try this. And it was local, so yes, for sure. So this is really heavy. I don't have a lot of exposure to newer metal, especially heavier metal. And by heavy, I mean like hard, not harsh, that's probably a bad word, but like thrash metal, speed metal. Like I know Amon Amarth, I know some Norse metal bands, and then I know a lot of 80s, 90s hair metal bands. And then, you know, obviously like Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer. I know those bands. This is heavier than all of that. It's not new metal, thank Satan, because I don't like new metal. I know it when I hear it. It's heavy. It's a little sludgy. The vocals are kind of a screaming hiss, but they're also balanced with melodic vocals. And I know that sounds like new metal, but it's not the clicky, chord changing every 5-second new metal crap that you hear. This is true, like thrash. I guess it's thrash metal. I don't know my right metal terms. I should rewatch my documentary. You all know which one I'm talking about. It's not something that's in my particular taste, but I would definitely listen to this because I enjoy it. And I think it would appeal to anybody that's into speed metal or thrash metal. That's my feeling, based on what I understand about thrash metal and speed metal. There's a lot of subtle instrumentation at the beginning of songs and throughout some of the tracks. And I think that's where the owner probably picked up on a post-rock vibe. I can definitely hear that. It sort of reminded me of Pelican, who I do have a couple releases with and I saw live. But it's not, the instrumentation, it isn't like overwhelming. It's just, it's a balance of, it's a normal balance of vocals and instrumentation. It just has like a progressive vibe to it. So I don't know if there's a progressive post-thrash metal genre out there. If there is, this is the band that fits that bill. Again, it's a band called Systems, North Carolina band, and the release is called Ghost Medicine. And we're going to take a look at it a little bit closer. So it is this beautiful screen printed jacket. It just folds out. It is just gorgeous. Like, the art alone is worth more than $9. I mean, geez. It's just gorgeous. And I don't know, the imagery it does evoke what the music sounds like, honestly. So they have captured that, like, visually. The vinyl is in this really heavy, glossy cardstock jacket, and also a paper sleeve. And there is an insert. Is this a poster? It's a poster. So we get a poster. That's 2 for 2 on North Carolina Bands giving me a poster. And on the inside are the lyrics. It's beautiful. And then the vinyl. That's side 2, side 1. And, oh, it's like a splatter. Not splatter. Is that splatter? Yeah, I think that's splatter vinyl. It's gray with all kinds of colors, like yellows and greens, and kind of looks like the rocks in Asheville. There's a lot of mica in the rocks. I noticed walking around. My wife pointed it out. There's all this reflective, like tiny specks everywhere you look, and it's the mica that's in the sand from the mountains. I guess there's probably a huge mica mining area at one time, or still is. All right, so that is Static. That is beautifully done, and I'm very happy with this purchase. I will listen to this because, like I said, I have Amon Amarth in my collection, and I enjoy watching it or listening to that. It's like, it has to be a mood I'm in, and it's usually, honestly, when I'm happy, which isn't very often, but I don't listen to that kind of music when I'm down. I'm usually in the mood to listen to it when I'm up. So, Systems, Ghost Medicine, link in the description below. Next, this one I bought on my own because I thought, how could I go wrong? I didn't get any feedback on this one. The band called Crooked Ghost, and the album is called Skeleton House. And we got song titles. We got Witch Heart, Only Nightmares, Sleepwalker, Skeleton House. I thought, this is surely going to be gothy. It's not. It's an Asheville, North Carolina band, still active. This was released, self-released in November 2018. Again, link to their Bandcamp in the description below. Ironically, not ironic, but curiously enough, this band did a live performance at Static Age Records, and that is on their Bandcamp. So if you enjoy this, if you enjoy the music, check that out. So this is kind of a unique release. They self-describe themselves as queer post-punk dream pop, and I don't pick up on the queer part. Maybe if I really listen to the lyrics. But the post-punk dream pop definitely come in, especially the dream pop part of it. For me, it had a sort of a nostalgic feel of like 80s Athens, Georgia bands. You know, the old college rock scene. Like I said, it definitely wasn't what I was looking for. It's not as dark as I hoped it would be. There's something about the vocals, the male vocals especially, that are very familiar to me. And I couldn't pinpoint it before I made this video. I enjoyed the record. It's just not what I thought it was going to be. You know, I used my teenage buying logic, band name, album name, song titles, cover art to purchase this. That was my logic back then. It didn't always work. It worked very poorly, actually. So even though I didn't get what I was expecting, I really still enjoy this record. Probably third on my list right now for my purchases from Asheville. Only because I really was hoping for something goth and dark, but it's not that. The prevailing feel is definitely dream pop, and I really got a hint of Americana in it. You know, sort of like the 16 horsepower, that kind of folk, alt folk, kind of dark folk sound, which is where I think the post-punk sort of creeps in as well. If I saw this band live, I bet it would be a very engaging performance, and I would like fall in love with them immediately. That's just the feel I get from listening to this record. There's something subdued about, I think, their studio performance probably versus their live performance. This is something for me that would probably be like a Sunday afternoon, rainy day. I would put this on and it would help. It would boost my mood, or just at least accompany that mood. So, Crooked Ghost, Skeleton House, check them out in the Bandcamp link below. Really good dream pop. Okay, so let's see what we have here with Skeleton House. It's a nice glossy cover. Photography is beautiful. Alright, so inside we have the vinyl, which is in a plain white sleeve. Has a very interesting smell. It smells like a, I don't know what the smell is. It smells good though. It's like an incense. Alright, we have this sort of mustardy, brown mustardy, swirly vinyl. Pretty. See if there's any messages in the dead wax. See a P in a box. CGR 001A. And no messages in the dead wax. It's really pretty vinyl. I don't think I have anything that's like close to that color wise. See if we got anything else in here. Yep, we do. Alright, so here is some band info for you. This is a one-sided, like 7-inch size cardstock. If you want more time to read that, just pause the video. And that is it. All right. All right, so I'm going to move on to one of my first cassettes. Here we go again. Didn't know what to expect. Band called DEADNAME. This is their demos. It's an Asheville band. This was self-released in May 2019. The cover art on this is different than the cover art that's on their Bandcamp, but I'm going to put a link to their Bandcamp. So if you're in the mood for some hardcore punk from Asheville, there you go. They self-identify as queercore. I did listen to this whole album. It's 7 songs that clocked in under 10 minutes, so not a lot of time invested for me. Angsty vocals, ranging from guttural to spinning. Musically, it's fast and battering, what you would expect from hardcore punk. It's anti-fascist, which is awesome. There's been a huge void of that in an era when we need it the most. I don't know why that is, but thankfully there's bands like this out there giving us that fill. So if you're in the mood for some anti-fascist punk music, definitely recommend DEADNAME. I think you'll enjoy it if hardcore punk is your thing. All right, so let's see what we get in our DEADNAME cassette. Got a plain black cassette, which I'll never be able to match up to the case if I ever lose it or if it falls out. We got this photocopied little piece of paper with the track listing and some info, artist info, production info. And then just a paper cover, no info on the inside. Working on a budget. It's cool. That's how hardcore punk releases should be. So lastly, I picked up this cassette, again, based on cover this time. And this is a a work that was done between two bands, Goldlight and Snakemusk. Both of them are Asheville artists. And this album is called Shadows in the Shallows. And it was self-released in May 2019. And again, I'll put a link to the Bandcamp page. This was not what I expected either. Again, I was going by song titles and cover art, expecting indie, dark indie maybe, or maybe some post-punky. What it is, honestly, like right away, what you hear is a harmonica. This is a collaboration between Joe Chang, which is Goldlight, and Bo of Snakemusk. And they're in the studio with Nick Jenkins and Adam Cullum. There's harmonica, there's banjo, there's piano. And it's like a beautiful melding that creates sort of an alt country, alt folk feel. It kind of like loosely jumps, not loosely, each track jumps more between the folk and the country. And all of it is really well done. I really love this cassette. This album is beautifully done. It calls back for me like some nostalgia from my childhood, like with my parents and what they listened to. I felt like the country aspect of it, you know, had like a Dolly Parton, Kenny Rogers, Conway Twitty kind of vibe to it, like that Randy Travis, like older country, but not like Hank Williams senior country or that far back, Patsy Cline. I feel like it's that 70s, 80s country music, which honestly not enough people are replicating, and that was a huge music market. So there's a song on here called "The Heart is a Lonely Hunter," which starts this album, I think, and I seriously got Angel Olsen vibes, and I know that that's probably very unfair for them, but it really reminded me of Angel Olsen's early releases. So I was drawn in like really quickly because I love Angel Olsen. The songs oscillate between male and female vocals, and as a whole, you know, it's just a very nostalgic album. With every now and again, there's a post-punk tinge that pops up, which is really adds a lot of intrigue to the songs. There's a track on here called "Nobody's Baby," and that is the quintessential 80s country sound. So I definitely recommend this album to anyone that's really into alt country or loves that 80s era country and wants some alt folk sort of sounds that are a little bit tingy with some post-punk. Like, again, I hate to make the comparison, but there's like an Athens, Georgia feel to this. Like that scene where they were creating something new, but they were using familiar elements of like rockabilly or rock in general, country. Like that Athens, Georgia scene was like infused with a lot of different elements, like 50s dream pop. So like this sort of has that nostalgia to it as well. It's really interesting album. So I'm really glad I picked it up. This one was $8. The Dead Name, that was $5. All right, so let's see what we have in our Goldlight plus Snakemusk cassette. Oh, we got a download card for the Bandcamp. That's cool. One of the things I really liked about the cover is it kind of reminded me a better version, but like I don't know if you remember the nice price racks that used to be in Kmart in the 90s, and it would always be like the album, like a photo of the album, and then like the song list, and then like the inside was like this, like nothing, and they were always like $5.98 at Kmart, and there would be like it would always be like Aerosmith and like the early Scorpions albums, early Def Leppard albums. What else do I remember? Let's see, early Ozzy albums would be in there. So I think I have a lot of those. I have especially the Aerosmith. So this is the cassette. It's got a nice label, nice printed label, nice paper. So I will be able to match this one up with the jacket. Thank you. Thank you, Gold Light and Snakemusk. That is my visit to Static Age Records. If you're going to be in Asheville, I'd recommend Static Age Records to anyone. Huge selection, great local selection. The people that work there are incredibly friendly. They do have a stage in the back of the venue for live music, so that's cool. I haven't seen that since, well, we have here Gasa Gasa used to have that. They were Sisters in Christ used to be in the front of Gasa Gasa, and Gasa Gasa had the venue in the back. So that was cool, but they are now separate. So that's really cool. I love that. And so check out Static Age Records if you're going to be in Asheville. They did not sponsor this video, but I definitely recommend a visit to them. And the next video will be the other record store that I hit in Asheville when I was there. And I'll talk about that then. I hope everyone's having a great day. You take care, stay safe, and be aware. Take care. Bye.